skip. Alright. Let's see here. Take all that off. Alright. Let's see. What are we going to say? We're going to say not suitable for people under 21 years of age. You're done. Alright. Switch that to anyone. Save it. It's trying to tell me that my stream is not having good health. Who cares? Let's see here. Find my channel. Yay. Out of here. There we go. Howdy, y'all. I'm getting a little faster at typing stuff in. Knowing where to look, how to set it up. A little bit faster. Still makes the first 5 minutes pretty much unwatchable. So if anybody has a problem with my videos, please fast forward through the first 5 minutes on the normal basis, and that'll take care of most problems. Howdy, y'all. Voodoo. Got a cup of coffee. Got a cob. It is wait for it. Wait for it. Wait for it. Wait for it. I'm waiting for it. Come on. Turn one little number. Turn one little number. Right now it's 10:59. I'm waiting for 11, or at least I'm trying. It is now officially 1100 o'clock Houston time, also known as Central Standard Time. Glad y'all could be here with us today. The interesting things, let's see. Voodoo started a pre-party. Pre-party started because I almost screwed up and started a live at the same time as Mel, Garbage Man Piper. We all know who Mel is. That is some Balkan Sobrani match, and a cob. Ooh, and a haircut that desperately needs to happen. Good Lord, look at that. Anyways, I started a live stream last weekend about an hour before Mel Garbage Man Piper had the raffle prizes for the Old Pops raffle. If you don't know who Old Pops or Garbage Man Piper is, you need to get in with the YTPC. One of the easiest places to find who all to sub is going to be BriarReport.com. They've got a whole list of people who are in the YTPC. You can literally click on it. It'll take you to their page. Click subscribe. You're going to go through that whole list. Guaranteed you're going to find somebody in the pipe community that you enjoy spending some time with. If you're like me, you're not going to find anybody in that community you don't enjoy spending time with. It's just truth about this community. We are very, very much a family around here. It's a great little community. Hey, Boris, how's it going? I know from where you're at, this is probably a crazy o'clock time to start a video, but I just figured I'd start one up before Steph and Skip's, which theirs should be in about another hour, give or take. $7 p.m. Wow. So 11 here, 7 there. Okay, 1 hour to get to PM. So you're 8 hours ahead of me. Germany? Right? You gotta be right around the same time zone as Germany. I could be off one way or the other, but it's pretty close to Germany. Little air base in Germany I landed at a couple of times. Of course, that's been so many years ago now, I'm lucky if I remember. Finland. Finland. Okay, Boris is from Finland. Finland is 8. Yeah, but you're right. Germany's only 7. All right. Finland, a little bit closer to the Russian border. Hopefully that Russian border stays on that side of y'all. Never been to Finland. Met a couple of Finnish women, though. Pretty. I don't even remember where I was. I think I was doing some electrical work. The accent I couldn't quite lock down. I knew it wasn't English. I knew it wasn't one of the more Slavics. And the accent was just like bugging the crap out of me, and I was working. And they were right there by me while I was working, and I have no idea why. So I was like, can I just ask where y'all are from? Because I hear the accent, and I mean, it's enjoyable. I like hearing other accents other than just my good old-fashioned Texas drawl. And, wow. So they said they were Finnish. But I can't actually imitate the accent. I had to make sure that they said Finnish. And I was like, so from Finland? And they said yes. I know where I was now. I was in the medical center in downtown Houston. I don't know what they were there for. Okay. There we go. Sweden is west. That's right. Sweden, where everybody's trying to compare COVID results from Sweden to COVID results from the United States. And I like to remind people that Sweden has roughly about the same number of people as Corpus Christi. They are not a very populous nation. And they've got a large land mass, but a lot of it is vertical. Did stop in Sweden once. If Finland is as pretty as Sweden, countryside-wise, I mean, just being able to look out and see mountains and the where it drops off into the sea or ocean or whatever that is, and it's all right there. It looks like you could walk from one to the other in probably an hour. Hey, Skip. Welcome to your pre-party. You didn't even know it was going to happen. Howdy, Steph. Again, welcome to your pre-party that you didn't even know was going to happen. Actually, it's because I finished breakfast and felt like having a cup of coffee and a pipe and just figured, you know what? Let me go see if Steph and Skip are up. Boris is here also. Boris is 8 hours ahead of me, so 9 hours ahead of y'all. He'll be ready to go to bed by the time y'all finish your show. It's like kind of weird peninsula right there, isn't it? I'm trying to do this out of the top of my head. What in the heck? Something just popped up saying cheeseburger 79. I have no idea what in the heck. But I'm up to 3 people. So yeah, I got up, had some good breakfast. Figured I'd come out and smoke a pipe and see how people were doing. when I realized what time it was, I decided, let's throw a pop-up pre-party for Steph and Skip. Now, as everybody knows, this show is not the actual show. The actual show is right after my show. This show is the sitting around, hanging out, BSing lobby for the real show. Just hanging. Even if y'all don't want to talk, if y'all just want to sit here and listen to squirrels run around like we do on Chad's live feed, or birds, which there's a few out. Or if this was August, we could watch me sweat. Oh, this is the Sutliff Balkan Sobrani match 700 and something or other. I keep saying I need to do a video or a full review on this. I'll probably have to knock that out this coming week. And it's in a Washington bent with a replacement stem. Quite honestly, I don't like the black stems that come in the Washington. They've got that little knobby stuff, and it seems like 3 weeks after you use it the first time, it just starts getting warped, and then the stem stops fitting well, and it just starts smoking right here in between, and you're going like, this is horrible. So every time I buy a Washington, I buy some of the yellow replacement bits immediately. And then I use the black ones until they start getting funky, and then I switch out almost immediately. We're up to 4, howdy. I see there's a lurker in there somewhere. Don't be afraid to say hi. Nobody here's going to bite. Well, Steph might, but I'm pretty sure that she's only going to bite Skip. Ron Hardcrackers. Howdy, howdy. Thank you for the good vibes. Appreciate it, as always. Just hanging out. Not really any topic of agenda or anything. If y'all got questions, anything y'all want to know about, I'm not afraid to say I don't know. I do know a lot of stuff about a lot of stuff, though. Most of it is just straight up useless information. Crazy how that works. Okay, let me stop, rewind, and go back a minute. Most of it is completely useless information for people who don't want to know it. For people who do want to know it, I've got a lot of junk piled up in here that I'm completely willing to give away. It's the best gaw I can give. The gaw of information. One of my favorite dollops of information. You know those tanker trucks that move oil or gas or milk or whatever out on the freeways? Pretty good size, right? If you take a 12-ounce can of water and you turn it into flash steam, it will fill almost completely one of those big trailers. Water flashed into steam expands to 1,600 times its original volume. Who needs to know that? Who even cares? Boiler inspectors would care. We deal with that all the time. So, did most of us enjoy the cigar talk that happened just before Chad's show? Getting some feedback from the people who were there could be fun. And I think the one that happened just before Mike's Briar Blues show, it went over pretty well. All right. Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it. I have not had a chance to look up the exact name of the Tatawahe stick that I thought you might enjoy. But the AJ Fernandez Esquisito, that should be real good. All right. Well, I know we're a pipe community, and I don't want to get too much into cigars unless y'all are wanting to know. I actually know a lot more about cigars than I do about pipe tobacco. One of the things that I learned to do while working for a cigar shop was to try and pair cigars with people's palates. By palate, I mean what you actually taste. You got to remember, no two palates are the exact same. But if you know what a cigar tastes like, if someone comes in asking for anything in that range, you can suggest it and know that you're going to be not too far from wrong. Or not too far from right, I guess it is. Learning your customers is a difficult challenge. But being able to steer them towards the next better cigar. Not necessarily the more expensive cigar, but the next better cigar in their lineup. Because a lot of people come in and they start with horrible cigars. I mean, I see these people buying the cigars by the bundle all the time. And they're smoking on them like they are the best cigar in the world. For the price, they're pretty good. But some of those bundle cigars have been going up in price lately to the point where for another 50 cents, you can have a much better cigar. Well, that's the point. I saw some of these cheap bundles get to within $3 of, so 20 for 20, $3 of a box of cigars that was a much better product. Now, Steph, you're one up on most of them because you do know some about cigars and you understand flavor. You understand flavor profiles. So being able to use your pipe and knowledge there won't do anything but help. Now, Skip, I'm going to agree with you. You do definitely have to experience the bad to appreciate the good. That's why I never turned down a free cigar. And I have always made sure to say, you know what, I'm going to save this for later because I've got this other one in mind right now, but I will smoke it. That way I can go home and smoke it in my own leisure and go, oh God, this is horrible. Or I can be like, okay, here's the band, let me take pictures of it, let me go find this. It's really good. But I'm never going to look at somebody in their eye and I'm going to say, no thanks. I'm not going to accept a free cigar. Nor am I going to look at you in your eye and tell you that it was a bad cigar. Exactly. See, if I smoked it in front of you and it was a bad cigar, I've got to finish it. And I got to act like I liked it. Because I'm just not rude enough to say, oh, this was horrible. But I do the same pipe blends. I get these pipe blends and I'll smoke them and I'll just be like, oh. And then I immediately know I can't put a review out on it. Because somebody spent hours and hours and hours putting this blend together and they got it to where they like it. Gotta remember, this is their work. This is not my work. All I'm doing is putting an honest opinion on their work. So the reason why you almost will never hear me say something is bad is because I refuse to do that to somebody else's hard work. Now, Steph, I'm going to tell you the best way to attack that if you go to work at a cigar shop. If someone asks you about a cigar that you are really just kind of like saying, well, I don't know about, you pick out the best qualities about that cigar. And you say, well, it's not personal. It's not to my flavor profile, so I don't smoke very many of them. But its construction is excellent. The draw is perfect. Or if you're looking for a light, flavorful cigar, this will be there. It doesn't exactly hit my flavor profile, but it's a great cigar. This way, you're not telling people don't buy the product on the shelf. What you're saying is, in my opinion, I won't personally buy it because there's something about it that hits my tongue and says no. Boris, it was a pleasure having you. You be careful, and hopefully your dinner is excellent. I put lots of stock in food. So back to what I was saying about selling a cigar. You don't ever want to tell them, no, this cigar is bad. Now, once you get to know your customers a little better, you can say, I wouldn't put you on this cigar because it's not going to hit with your flavor profile that we've already established. But instead, try this other one and find them something that is pretty close to their flavor profile, that is somewhere in the same price range as what they were just asking about. You can go up $1 or down $1 either way, but you're not necessarily trying to tell them don't buy that stick. You're telling them that I've noticed what you normally smoke, and this stick, like, for instance, I've got a friend, he actually runs a shop, hates cedar. Now, there's a lot of sticks out there that have cedar. He hates it. He'll take 3 draws on a cedar stick and throw it down. Does not matter. It could be a Davidoff. It could be $100 cigar. He'll take 3 hits and throw it down if it tastes like cedar. Just guaranteed. But if I was running across a good cigar, but I knew that it had a cedar flavor, I would tell him, hey, this stick is not really to your flavor profile. Let's go over here and look at these ones that taste a little bit more of either chocolate or vanilla with some nice, earthy tones, but not cedar. And that's really, really what you got to kind of work at. You got to say, you got to be able to look them in the eye and tell them that it's a good stick, even when you wouldn't smoke it if somebody paid you $1,000. There are some very well-made cigars that are in a very high demand grouping that I have told people I will never smoke it again. Now, I'm not going to talk about company, but if y'all have paid attention to what I've said before, you already know what I'm saying. There are some of those cigars I will never smoke again, not willingly. But I smoked them the first time. I personally am not very big on the cigars that go cloves. The ones that go very clovey, it's not for me. It starts tasting like pumpkin spice, and I already put the squash on pumpkin spice. I will never rate or review or smoke a pumpkin spice blend. It's not going to happen. Don't send me. Don't hand it to me. But anyways, my advice realistically comes from the fact that when you get into a cigar shop, your biggest object is to sell product. The more product you sell, the more they want to have you there. The second biggest thing that you need to learn is your shop. You need to learn where every box, on every shelf, in every corner, where it is exactly, so that you don't have to think, oh, let's go find it. And then the third biggest problem, and this one is a large problem, is product placement. Some of these shops have deals with their vendors where they have to have a certain number of facings of a certain product. So find out what those products are that you can't touch. And find out what those products are that you can touch. And see if there's something that's sitting on the shelf that might actually be worth looking at to move up or down on the shelves or over into a different location to try and make the flow better. It's hard to do. That last one is real hard to do. But if your shop flows well, it will sell well. Having rearranged and rearranged and rearranged shelves at shops, you gotta get your flow right. And if you have an inventory room, the easiest thing to do with your inventory room is try to get the inventory room to match your store floor, the sales floor. Because when somebody goes in and they say, hey, I got the last one of these flying pigs, you do not want to have to go into a shop back room and go looking for where is a flying pig. If you know where it is on the floor and you walk into your stock room, it should be about in the same location in your stock room. Now, this is advice from a guy who literally worked at one of the largest humidors in the state of Texas. There are bigger ones now, but I've worked there. And I'm going to tell you, knowing exactly where your inventory is and knowing exactly where it is on the shelf will save you so much time and trouble. Because there will be people come in and they will ask, where is this? And if you can go, I don't even have that here in the shop, you might want to try the shop across the town. You did not lose business by telling them you don't have it. You gained business by being honest with them, because then they're going to come back to you because they know they are not going to have to waste time. They're going to walk in, they're going to ask you, they're going to say, hey, do you have this stick? And you can just say yes or no. But every time they walk in, they're more likely to buy. Point of sale reference, I was one of the best. And because I worked at a shop that was right by the airport, we used to have pipe smokers come in all the time. Hey, can I get this? No, but I can give you 3 places where you can get some. Here local. And I can give you 1 shop where they can actually, more or less, I know they're going to have it. All of them competitors. You know how many of those guys walked back in? They all walked back in. Every one of them. We didn't sell a lick of pipe stuff. And all of them came back in. Okay, it was also a great place to wait for your flight to get the heck back out. But they all came back. Good portion of them also bought a cigar for taking home. That's a sale. And believe me, if you can sell, they will keep you in business. Sorry, I groused on for a while. I apologize about that. I feel like I'm lecturing. Last thing I want to do. Yeah, selling cigars is fun though. One of the advantages to having a job at a cigar shop, if they have damaged stock and they allow you to take that home, there's not really a good way to sell a broken cigar. I'm not worried about it. I'm up to 6 people here. Do you know how many times I've tried to get above 3 people? 6 is phenomenal. Hell, my record right now is 8. And that's with being on right in front of Chad. With everybody knowing. I mean, it's hard. Oh, well, that makes it easy then. Remember, a lot of the gentlemen that tend to like cigars also tend to like bourbon, whiskey, and scotch. That is not the only things that you need to sell, but it's good. Yeah, okay. Well, Ron, you can know when they're trying to sell you bunk stuff just by listening to them say, I wouldn't necessarily smoke it myself. So one of the best things about working for a cigar place is that if they allow you to take a broke stick home, you're not going to be able to smoke it well. They're not going to be able to do anything but throw it out. Take it home, get yourself a cigar cutter that has a shield on one side so it only allows a certain thin sliver of the cigar to come through. Chop that up into a mason jar or into a tin or whatever, and add a little of that cigar into various other blends that you are thinking, man, this would be good if there was like a little cigar leaf in it. You now are getting free extra product to do that with. I suggest for anybody who really wants to know about that, the cigar is called Leaf by Oscar, Leaf by Oscar, Oscar, in case you're wanting to know how Oscar is spelled. It comes wrapped up in a full-sized cigar leaf, which allows you to unwrap the cigar leaf. Cut that up with scissors, blend it in with any blend that you like, and still smoke a fine cigar. There are 4 varieties ranging from Connecticut to Maduro. We will get into the whole the classifications of Connecticut through Maduro on another time. I don't really have enough time before the canes are supposed to be on the air. I could ramble on about it for an hour and a half, so we're going to have to slow off on doing that at this point. Now, they don't have any infused ones, so that's going to limit what Steph would like. But I will say this. Get a large Pyrex or Tupperware. Put a shot glass in the middle of this Pyrex or Tupperware and stack your cigars so that they're like this around the shot glass. Lift the shot glass up. Pour an alcohol in there that you actually enjoy. Put the shot glass back into the middle. Cover it tight. Seal it up. Set it on a countertop. It's also good if you can maybe slip a Boveda pack into that piece of Tupperware or Pyrex. As they warm up, so if you've got Tupperware, Tupperware is great. But as it warms up, that alcohol will actually start evaporating before the Boveda pack. And it will form a thin layer of flavor. And you can flavor your very own cigars with any alcohol that you like. I have heard that people have had really good results with Crown Apple and Crown Maple. I am not personally an infused cigar person, so I don't do that personally, but I have heard that the results are very, very good. No, I don't think White Claw's going to work. I'm afraid that is fizzy and probably going to end up just soaking down your cigars. Plus, I'm pretty sure it's not got enough alcohol in it to actually do much for the cigar. "15 minutes till 12 o'clock my time. Whoo-wee. Now, Steph and Skip, whenever y'all are getting ready to think about going live, just let me know. Because, I mean, you're already here. Please, just let me know. And that way I can end out and we can get everybody transferred over to your live stream. And that's what this show is actually for. It's just for us to wait around and enjoy each other's company while we're waiting on the next live stream, right? I mean, that's probably the best part about doing live streams. Hey, we're going to get to hear the trash guys. I hear them right now. So, Skip, what ships were you on? I ask that because I'm not going to be able to do anything but scream. And there they go. Of course, they'll probably come on back. Buffering. Me? I'm sorry. So, before the trash guys came by and robbed all my Wi-Fi, Skip, what ships were you on? Heard you were in the Navy. moved around a little bit. Let's see, Boston, Baton Rouge. Would those be Los Angeles class? As in submarines? I'm going to take it that you were on the Jackson twice, once at the very beginning and once at the very end. Seems like something the Navy would do. Let you train on a ship that then they bring you back to train other people on. At least that's kind of what I remember happening in the Army. Six years in, as I was processing back out, I went back to Fort Belvoir to help continue other people's training exercises. Oh, okay. Gotta load your pipes. Steph is saying that she's got to go get loaded. Am I in trouble? Power generation equipment repair. The thing about power generation equipment repair, if you can't fix it, you blow it up. Because like hell you want the enemy to have it. So a secondary training in demolitions, which is the reason why we were trained at Fort Belvoir, which oddly enough is just a couple miles outside of Washington, D.C. You would think that's strange. That is a strange place to have a demolition space. Well, a few years after I got out the Army, somebody flew a jumbo jet into the side of the Pentagon. And guess where all the parts and pieces of that plane that went into the Pentagon ended up? Oh, just right over there at Fort Belvoir, where they could piece it back together in one of their completely ginormous, multi-sized areas that they can have covered in a second. It's ridiculous, some of the stuff that they used to do. We'd go blow stuff up, and then we'd turn around and we'd see what we could do to fix it. That's what it was. If it could produce power, we could figure out how to fix it. That included combat radios, M1 Abrams, just about anything. But when you're out in the field, you almost never have to do anything with 52 Delta. You almost exclusively get told to blow stuff up. And in 6 years, I only actually had to destroy one thing, and that's because for lack of better remembrance of the numbers, a howitzer snapped one of the straps after it landed when it came out from the plane we pushed it out of. And the barrel was shaped about like that. So we had me do what I needed to do and turn it into steel confetti. Training exercise, but you're not going to fix it. There's no way to fix it. And where it was, we couldn't just leave it. Kaboom. Is what it is. But mostly what I did in the Army was spend time pushing the earth around the sun and eating. They had me on triple rations. I could keep my I did put on a little weight. That was good. I mean, I went from 120 pounds to 180 pounds by the time I got out of the Army. And when I say 180 pounds, it was like a solid brick of muscle and bones. All right. So do y'all want me to continue for a minute or two, or do y'all want me to go ahead and kick off? And then 6 minutes is not really all that long of a wait. All right, well, we'll continue for about 3.5, 4 minutes, and then we're going to get out of here. And then we're going to travel all the way across Texas to El Paso to join the ever-exciting Steph and Skip Kane Show, live from El Paso. And why not? They're a fun couple to be around. If you haven't met them before, you really need to meet them. And of course, I'm giving all this information right now just in case somebody wants to come in later and be like, what is this guy babbling about? If you see the name right over here, it says Steph and Skip Kane, or maybe it's right down there, or maybe it's right up there. Anyways, go find Steph and Skip Kane on YouTube. Sub them, like them, make sure to hit the bell. You want to know every Saturday when they go on live. It's a good show, and you never really want to miss their music specials. Always a fun time. I try, and I can only get 1 point. But, you know, I suck. Oh no, I want y'all to have like 800 people on all at once. I want to get to the point where I'm up to like 15 maybe. I think I could handle 15. I'm up to 8. I'm halfway there. Living on a prayer. Don't take my hands. Can't help myself. I'm horrible. All right. So here we are, 4 minutes away from Steph and Skip starting their show. Please, everybody out there, take care of yourselves. You're the only one that can do it. And I want y'all to remember one certain special thing. As always, long lives, big bowls, and long ashes. Y'all take care. And I'll see you soon. And for Skip and for Steph, I'll see you very soon. We're out. Or not. Maybe I'm just stuck here in limbo. Where's the button to quit? The button to quit is gone. There is no button to quit. Okay. Well, this is going to be fun. I'm going to have to shut down the whole phone to do it. See y'all in a little while.